Hi everybody and welcome to the Scott Show. This is Scott here. We are trying out new music, so that was definitely new. It's called Eyes on You. Check it out. This might be one of our most controversial topics that we have discussed so far. We've got some really great ones coming up later down the pike, but this is all about the Line 3 pipeline. This pipeline comes from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, coming down through Minnesota, going to Superior, Wisconsin. Now, the Line 3 pipeline has been quite a discussion amongst the native populations. There's been discussion upon discussion about it. I'm going to give you a few facts on it. This is from the Canadian side of things. And I want your thoughts and your feelings. This is part one. Part two is going to be all your opinions. I want all of the opinions. Then we'll do a part two. Let's get a whole bunch of them. I know Facebook is going to be blowing up here. YouTube is going to be blowing up, and Speaker.com. All three of them. I want you guys to comment. I want you guys to say, hey. Now, I realize that if you guys are watching this locally, and it is on the Keep It Local channel, by the way, if you guys are watching this locally, you might see a commercial for the Line 3 thing with Tammy talking about how environmentally good she is or whatever. I am not for or against it right this second. I want you guys' opinion. I want to give you the facts on this thing, and let's have a little bit of fun. So, don't be throwing shade at me. I'm just giving you guys what the opinion is of some of the people, including the Canadian government, and that's all I'm doing. So, I'm not showing my opinion right now. Okay, so the Line 3 crude oil pipeline replacement project is from Enbridge, which is in Calgary. It's not a big deal over in Canada as much as some of the other pipelines are, which I've been studying a little bit, watching it. But over here, it's big problems. All right, so it's $7.5 billion and 1,660 kilometers long. Now, I do not know how long that is, but I'm guessing it's really freaking long. Let's see, 1,660 kilometers. Let's see. We're actually going to see this and how long it actually is. We don't want that converted to a meter. We want it to convert it to miles. So it's 1,031 miles. So there you go. I just got to do the math on the Google thing. This is great. This is awesome. Okay, the line is almost a half a century old, and its regulated maximum throughput has been reduced through pressure restrictions to about 390 barrels of oil a day. What they're going to do is they're going to replace the aging 34-inch pipe with a new 36-inch pipe, and it will restore the original capacity to 760 barrels per day, nearly doubling the oil shipping potential. In April, the National Energy Board recommended approval for the Canadian part of the project with 89 conditions. Line 3 already has a presidential permit, unlike the higher profile Keystone XL pipeline, which was rejected by the Obama administration a year ago. Line 3 still requires state regulators' approval, so that's why here in Minnesota we have the state regulators definitely have an issue. On the Canadian side of the border, Enbridge intends to spend $4.9 billion to replace Line 3 from Heartsea, and that's in Alberta, to the Canadian-U.S. border in Greta, Manitoba. On the United States side, it will spend $2.6 billion to replace the pipe between Nietzsche, North Dakota, and its terminal in Superior, Wisconsin, hence why we are doing the Keeping It Local thing, which its crude can be then transported to refinery markets in Chicago, the Gulf Coast, and the eastern United States and Canada. Decommissioning of the existing Line 3 pipe will begin after the replacement pipe is in service. The product will be removed and the line will be cleaned, but the pipe itself is to be left in the ground. Now, that brings to be a clear point that it says the pipe itself is left to be in the ground. What the hell are they keeping the pipes in the ground for? They can remove them, they can clean them, they can do whatever they want, but the line, it said, will be cleaned. What is it going to be cleaned with? There are a lot of issues right there. Line 3, the line right now would go through wild rice wetlands and places, many Indian reservations. They're up in arms about this, kind of like the Dakota Access Pipeline. So obviously this is an issue. Enbridge has been throwing out a lot of money. Minnesota has already kind of said no to it. They're going back to the drawing boards on it. They said they don't need to have a replacement. But Enbridge is saying that it might pop any second. So there are lots of discussions. Now, of course, I could have just looked online and saw what happened here. But that's okay. Now, there are 4 lines that go from Alberta to Superior. And so that's quite an interesting thing as well. It's the Enbridge pipeline system. Folks, I want your opinions on this. I think it is super interesting. Just reading and looking into this thing right now, talking about the pipelines. They're saying that the oil is going to go somewhere. It's going to go through either the pipelines or it's going to go by rail. If it goes by rail, then there's a lot of issues with farmers not being able to get their other stuff all the way to places like Superior or Chicago or even here in Duluth. I want your opinions on this, and I would please, if you guys don't mind, not swearing at me at all, because I don't really have an opinion on this. I am one of those people that just, I'm going to read what I'm going to read, and I'm going to see what I'm going to see, but I want to see what the opinion is. I want to give you guys the opportunity to let your voice be heard. I did see that on YouTube there are not a lot of discussions about the Line 3 pipeline. So I want, and even though there could be a lot of discussion on the pipeline, I saw a lot of Miss LeDuc, who is former vice presidential candidate for Ralph Nader. And I've heard her speak before. She's wonderful. So I give her lots of credit. But I want to hear your guys' opinion. I know that Jobs for Minnesotans, I know that Honor the Earth, I know that the people who were at Standing Rock, I'm sure that I'll get a lot of stuff going on. I'm hoping that I do, folks, because I want to share your opinions here on the Scott Show podcast. I will do that on part 2 as we talk about the Line 3 pipeline and get some more information. Now, there are lots of things going on with this pipeline, and Canada has said yes to it already. They did say no to one other pipeline before. They killed it. It's done. It's over with. It's done. But Line 3 got the okay, and so did another one out in British Columbia. So I want you guys' opinions on Line 3 pipeline from Enbridge. Guys, hit me up on Facebook, SoundCloud, Twitter, YouTube, Speaker.com. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sure I'm going to get hit with thoughts and already about Line 3. Let's see if we got any already. Let's just go to the videotape here. No, it doesn't look like anything yet, but I'm thinking it's going to be pretty bad. So let's hear about it. Hopefully not a lot of swearing, but good comments, and I will post them on part 2 of the Line 3 pipeline project. Thank you guys, and by the way, like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Please, please, please. Our Keeping It Local channel needs some love. Hit us up, 102550.net. If you guys want to hear more local stuff, we talk about the city council and school board elections. Awesome stuff going on there. You folks have a great day, and keep the comment. Just please comment, but don't hate. Just make a comment and put it out there, and I would love you for it.